Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Toma.
And I'm Christie. Nick's a very busy night in the state line tonight with severe weather rolling through. We had heavy downpours, strong winds, and some tornadoes popping up. A lot of rubble lying around in this field is just littered with debris. We've got ComEd trucks lining the area here, trying to get power restored and take care of the mess of wires that were downed in this area. An 8-year-old Rockford girl faces a long road to recovery after a car accident over a week ago on Riverside near Central. She and her 2 baby sisters, all passengers in the car, when it slammed into a tree. Tonight, little Jenna Nilsson is being called a hero, but the title came with a heavy price. In Freeport, a city just over 25,000, social media has generated weekly calls to the police department. Some simply Facebook drama, others serious offenses. One survey ranks us as the 3rd most haunted city in Illinois. I stopped in 2 spooky spots to find out more on our haunted history. The man allegedly behind the quadruple murders that rocked the city's northwest side just over a week ago is behind bars and facing murder charges.
As bad as this winter's been, it's
hanging on.
It's going to hang on for as long as it can.
Eventually.
The 30s feel like the 50s now anyway, so really, they do.
Yeah, until you get a 50 and then you go back to the 30s. In a typical Rockford winter, the frost line below the ground reaches about 4 feet deep. But Public Works Director Tim Hansen says this year it's climbed to as deep as 5.5 feet, and it's causing major problems. Other spooky sights mentioned in the report, the historic Faust Hotel, and of course, Rockford's historic Coronado Theater.
Blue Angels have been practicing all day after taking Miss Christie Nix along for a ride above the state line yesterday.
Yeah, last night I showed you some of the highlights of my ride with Captain Jeff Coos, but tonight I wanted you to not only experience a little bit more of my adventure, but hear from the incredible Blue Angel himself on why he does what he does every day.
Let's fire it up.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. I like it.
And with that, U.S. Navy Blue Angels number 7, Captain Jeff Coos and I get ready for one wild ride.
Blue Angel 7 is rolling with Christie. All right.
From the outside, it's impressive. But from the inside...
Awesome. Squeeze your legs, head back. Here we go. Ready, hit it. Yeah.
You get the picture. We start our stunts relatively painlessly.
There you go. You're upside down.
That's pretty sweet.
We just did everything that we could to emulate the flight demonstration.
And that included pulling some G's.
And we're going to pull G all the way around for 360 degrees.
Up to 7.2 of them to be exact in this stunt. But clearly squeezing my legs and breathing as trained just wasn't enough for me.
Christie, you with me?
You can imagine trying to control the aircraft under that amount of force, let alone fly precision formation. It's certainly a testament to the training that we go through on the team, but also just through the discipline and focus of everyone in the Navy and Marine Corps and the American military.
Training day in and day out for months, so this doesn't happen to them.
Squeeze, squeeze, stay with it. Keep squeezing.
So I passed out twice and maybe got sick a few times. But from here on the ground, I know why the Blue Angels put their bodies to the test every day.
When you look up in the sky and you see the flight demonstration and you get super pumped up and excited, maybe you're not going to go join the Navy or Marine Corps right there, but you're going to go out and do your best with whatever you are doing in that point in time in your life. I survived to tell the story. Captain Coos will be on the ground narrating the Blue Angels performances throughout the weekend, so you'll hear his voice if you're out there. Next year, he tells me, he'll be one of the 6 you see soaring across the sky. Controversy is mounting over this RHA proposal, and tonight, Mayor Larry Morrissey lashed out at one particular member of the Winnebago County Board, and tonight, he's firing back.
It's outrageous. It's BS.
Mayor Larry Morrissey doesn't hold back in a WROK radio interview Thursday morning after the conversation turned to the controversial proposal to build low-income housing on Newtown Drive.
And it's not helping when the county board is out there specifically fomenting lies and factual inaccuracies that are generating fear.
Morrissey specifically targeting Winnebago County Board member John Sweeney over this Facebook post.
Not only do I not have any financial ties to Gorman, there is no connection between this project and the Amrock hotel proposal that Gorman is a developer also working on. It's a fabrication. It's borderline libelous. He should be ashamed of himself for making that kind of outrageous comment.
But Sweeney says look closer at the post, and it never once mentions the mayor or his personal involvement with Gorman.
I believe perhaps what he's trying to do is use me as a scapegoat and the hundreds, if not thousands, of citizens in the area that are very concerned about this project. And rather than dealing with the issue at hand, is trying to create a diversion away from that issue, and that's unfortunate.
The issue, which heated up after Winnebago County passed a resolution standing against the Newtown low-income housing proposal. Eyewitness News has obtained these emails sent by the mayor to Sweeney and other board members. Mayor Morrissey saying, "Thanks for the heads up," before vowing to take action. And this email even accusing Sweeney of being racist.
Some of the tones and insinuations that were in there struck me, and civility does matter, and I've always thought that it also matters to the mayor.
I'm sure no one on Newtown Drive is going to be thrilled that they see this. I'm sure no one in Sinton and Fairgrounds is going to be thrilled they see this. They're going to say, what the hell are you doing? Why aren't you working towards a solution?
Alderman Tom McNamara, looking at the emails for the first time, says the chain of dialogue between the elected officials is disappointing. But the bigger issue is the lack of communication between the city and the community impacted by the RHA proposal.
There's been no one listening to anyone. It's been, this is what's going to happen. We bought the land. This is what we want to do. What are your thoughts now?
But Mayor Morrissey did ask for their thoughts last Friday, and this is how it turned out.
There was a horrible environment last week at that meeting.
But while Alderman McNamara says he doesn't condone the heated behavior of that meeting, he points out it was the first time residents were informed about a plan that already has property purchased for it.
Right now, they already bought the land. They submitted their application, and now they're meeting with folks. To me, I would have done things differently.